Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LJ's Garage. If you're wondering how my Ninja ended up looking like this, well, it's getting wrapped. But for those of you that need to do maintenance or repairs or anything of the sort and want to know how to strip this to the bare minimum like I did, I'll show you. So all you'll need is a flathead screwdriver, an M4 metric Allen key, and then maybe a socket set for some of the odds and ends. But that's about it. Very basic tools. I used a 10-in-1. And it did the trick. So let's get right into it. There are like 5 different ways that you can do this. You can start from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, back to back. I would recommend starting at the back and then bottom and working your way back to the top. Since I'm not going to be wrapping the back end other than this little orange strip right here, I'm not actually going to remove this whole end. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this guy, which is just a 4, and it just fits right in. So most of these should be about a 4 to 5.5 tops. And that's all you really should need is this guy right here, just an Allen key. Another trick that you could do is just put these right back in the same holes you took them out from. So that works too. So the first piece that we're going to remove is this guy right here. 1 screw right there, 1 screw right there, and pull that out. You'll notice on the back of it, this is where that rubber piece sits in and it just pops in and out. You'll notice that this has some little hooks on the bottom and it clips into this piece. And then it also has some at the top. So you're going to tilt forward and kind of give it a little wiggle, but don't pull too hard. And then there's one rubber grommet right here that this kind of just pulls into. So once you've got it loose, pops right out. All right, so then under here, we're gonna go down to the bottom for a second. So the first one you're gonna wanna take off is right here. And then if you go underneath, there's another one right there. That connects the left and right side to each other. And then once you do that, you'll just have this guy right here, and this whole bottom piece will be free. The one under the bottom sits in like this, and so what you'd want to do is if you look right in the middle, if this camera would focus, you can see in the middle there's a little center divot. All you do is you push that little divot in and it'll release that little guy, and so this guy just slides in and out like so. So you just push that through and it'll release, and then once you're ready to lock it, you just push it in. Easy, right? Alright, so to go ahead and remove this piece right here, this is held in by these guys. So we're going to have to remove this guy, this one right here, and that's how this whole piece sits in. So now this piece is nice and free, but the only thing holding this on is if we look on the inside, it's actually easier to see from this side right there. Nope. If you look on this side, there are going to be these 3 little grommets right inside of the well. They kind of run alongside here so you can see them, and they just go around this and you can pop those pieces out. Alright, so we're almost there. You'll notice that this guy is sitting in here. You can just use a screwdriver, pinch this, pop it out, and that'll be free. And then other than that, right up underneath here, there's another little plastic guy, and he just sits right in here. You can see it right in between here. No, maybe not. But you want to just kind of give it a little coercion. Boop, just like that. And you can see it sits in there. And once you get that free, there's one more here and one more in this region. And then just move it out of the way. I'll show you guys. And it's almost free. So you want to push in this direction a little bit and go with the clips. Still held on just a little bit. Oh, some of these guys didn't let go. And just like that, it's off. And then you're gonna just unhook. Then you guys can see the hook. You're just gonna go ahead and unplug this turn signal. The little release, maybe. Come on, baby. And bam. There we have it. Just like that, we got it off. And as I showed you guys earlier, this piece separates down here if you need to. But all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this light out and I'm gonna wrap just the orange. I'm gonna keep the stickers on for the next owner. And like I showed you guys earlier, to make my life easier, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these guys back roughly where they belong. But now we've got this part left to remove right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this last guy, or not. Ugh. And we can, he's got one more right up in here that's hidden, but it's not hard to get to. The good thing about making a video of it is I just have to do this in reverse. So same thing, I'm gonna put these screws in where I took them from. So everything you did on this side, you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. There's really not much that's different. So you basically kind of have an idea of where everything is. I'm gonna do that side now. The only thing that sucks about this side is the bike leans towards this direction, which I mean, it is what it is. I could just straighten this up a little bit. Now would be a good time to say, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you are a person who makes bike parts or anything like that, and you want to send me some parts to put on this bike, send them. So the only thing left to do at this point is to remove this front visor and then to remove the side mirrors. We'll do that. And just like that, give it a little wiggle, visor off. So if you have a Kawasaki Ninja, this is how you would adjust the visor. You could remove this right here, and you can set it into any of these three positions. All right, so now I've got the side mirrors removed, visor removed, and that's all that's pretty much left. So I could wrap this on the bike if I wanted to, but there's just this guy, these little rivets, or grommets, and then this guy, this guy, this guy, a couple little grommets on the bottom, this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy should be free, in theory. So let's see if we can do it. All right, just like that, we've got everything loose on this. So I'm gonna try to see if this will just pop out. But I don't think there's anything else holding it. It looks like there isn't. So I'm just gonna wiggle this guy free. And just like that, he's out of the way. So now that makes it so much easier to wrap just at least the top half. So I'm going to set this aside with everything else. Now is a good time to clean your visor. Alright, so what I'm working with right now, right in here, right behind these, right in this spot roughly, there is a Phillips screw on both sides holding that in. So in order to get to it, we have to move the pod, and there was a little grommet right there. You just pop that little plastic clip out, and then it looks like we have to remove a little further and get this little cover that holds the ignition cuff screw and all that out of the way. So I'm going to try to move those things out of the way and see if that allows me to get this out of the way enough to unscrew the back. Alright, so what I went ahead and did, I removed this screw that sits right down in here. You guys can see the little spot for it. And then I wiggled this free from underneath that. So I didn't take this whole piece out. But by doing that on both sides, that allowed me to wiggle this pod. So now I've got the pod a little bit free, and I can lift it up and I can get a screwdriver in there to see if I can get the back of these. So let's do that. And while I have this here, let's see. If you look underneath here, you probably won't be able to see much, but if I come up underneath, right where the screwdriver hits, you'll see. All right, guys, so I got it, and now I can show you on the back, they were right here and here. So just remove those two screws, and now you got this beauty ready to be wrapped. And just like that, a naked bike. And that's all I've got for you guys. By this point, you should be done. The bike should be completely stripped, and hopefully you had no issues. Sorry if I called things the wrong things or used the wrong names for certain things, but here's me making my thumbnail, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video and like and subscribe and all those good things. See you on the next one.